too much fire and the air needs more room to move. Too much air and it turns into wind and blows the heat away. But the right correlation of these two elements turns into mist. So y'all ready? Let's go.
I'm looking for the heart in you. Sometimes I don't know what to do. They be looking when you ain't looking. So if you want it, you better.
Okay, Aquarius, let's go. Next sign is Sagittarius. The fire sign Sagittarius and Aquarius. This is a great look for you should you embody your optimal self. And what I mean by that is the sense of adventure that Aquarius has with them, the will to wish things and bring things into fruition in your life. This Sagittarius person can be perfect for assisting you in doing that. All right. So I'm not just off the bat talking about some sexual prowess thing, y'all going at each other like rabbits and stuff like that to make this, to make the fireworks explode. I'm talking about real life stuff that you've always been thinking about all your life. This Sagittarius individual can assist you in doing that. So a red flag off the bat is if this Sagittarius is not trying to plug you into all of the people they know, get out of there. That's a red flag, because Sagittarius dealing with you, Aquarius, is going to have connects beyond connects beyond connects. Not only that, they're going to want to participate in group activities. Now, don't get me wrong, they're going to want that leadership position, but that's not going to bother you much at all. You're a fixed sign, they're a mutable sign, but they're a lot of the times associated with leadership. You're going to see those leadership qualities about them. Not only that, you're going to see that they involve the bigger picture when it comes to doing things when they're messing with you. And you're going to be very inquisitive about that, poking and prodding them with these questions that you have, right? You're curious, you want to know. So it's going to be a very mental thing going on, especially in the beginning, to see where they're at when they're doing their things. But you'll observe it and you'll pick up on it just by watching them and see them in the spots that they be in. You know what I'm saying? And be like, you might even find this person on the internet. I'm no kidding. You might find this person through a dating app on the internet or just Instagram, period, and see the photos and be like, oh, they be over there, they be over there, they be like this over there. And it intrigues you because they are bouncing around. They are not just in one spot, remaining local, doing this, that, and they are everywhere with it. And it's just like, wow, this makes you go off in your mind. Like, yo, I always wanted to go there, or I always wanted to go there. They may even been to some of the places that you've been to already. This excites you as well. So you have something in common, a commonality that you can talk about when you do start talking and stuff like that. So I would say that this is going to be an instantaneous friendship. All right off of the bat. And their ability to see the bigger picture is what's going to make you trust them, or enable you to trust them, should I say, with the things that you want to do as well. You will actually allow them to lead should they continue to be on the basis of leading. All right. Should they not concern themselves too much with what you're doing apart from what they're doing. You are supposed to be a part of their group in this relationship. You understand what I'm saying? They're supposed to draw you into their connect, because they already got it. When you meet these people, they already going to have it. So you're just going to be like, this is a go. You know what I'm saying? The ability to travel with you two together is astronomical. Like, you can be all over the place. All right. So again, this does not mean that it's going to be necessarily jumping off the bat with some sexual prowess going on. It might be later on down the line that this even occurs, because you're going to want to carry yourself in a way that uses discernment, so that when you get to go into these different places, people don't think like, you're easy. And I mean, this is for male and female, that you're easy, you're a jump off. You could just, you're only going for the ride for those particular things. Like, nah, these are your dreams that are largely involved with dealing with this Sagittarius individual. Keep this in mind. All right. So they're going to want to attach themselves to organizations as well that like do stuff for people. But they're also, for that as well, they're going to want to be at the spearhead of that. They're going to want to be the person who is influencing that whole thing to occur. And not only that, right, when your Sagittarius gets involved with things, they're going to want to help other people. They're going to almost look selfless when doing this stuff. As long as they're leading, they're going to feel confident and competent when doing what it is that they're doing, they're going to feel that not only do they trust themselves, but the other people that they're doing this for trust them as well to take the lead. And as long as they're helping people, they're going to feel on top of the world. You being an Aquarius is going to have that humanitarian effort thing that's already naturally embedded in you. You're going to see it come to life. So it's not only going to be a thought of yours now that, you know, or used to be a thought and you're just like, yeah, well, if I had enough money or if I had enough, it's just like, no, you don't even really need the money that you thought you needed. You just needed to get that plane ticket and link up with this person. And now it's happening. Like, it's already being done. You're in another country where the dollar is worth this. I don't know if this is going to age well. I'm not being a pessimist, but I'm just saying right now, all right, let's keep it on right now. Right now, the dollar is still functional, people. So, you know, my point is this. You may go to another part of the world where a dollar goes a very long way. You get what I'm saying? And you tell yourself like, yo, I didn't need to be a millionaire to do this. Like, we out here helping these people. You know what I'm saying? We feeding these people and we taking care of these people. And this is just going to be, this is going to blow your mind. It's going to make you feel very good. So this is the type of relationship that you should be looking forward to should you hook up with a Sagittarius. Now, again, if you don't see these types of insights when dealing with a Sag, get out of there. It's not the right Sag. It might not be the right time in their life. They may be preoccupied with things that are more relative to different kinds of networks, maybe underground networks or stuff like that. And if that's the case, then, you know, to each his own. You know what I'm saying? If you into that, it's what floats your boat, then do what you do. I'm just telling you, when it comes to your dreams and your aspirations, if they have anything to do with the things that I was mentioning in this video earlier, then look for those things with this Sagittarius, and this would be a great time for you. All right, I'm out.